We are reviewing the third chapter of that book. The purpose of the book is for us to learn how to think and grow rich. When wealth creation is not magic. It has a process. It has things that you do and then you end up wealthy. Okay? So you're trying to find out those things, and it begins in the mind. It begins in the mind. As you remember our church, it is the thoughts that lead to actions. Okay? So if your thinking is wrong, my friend, then so we'll start with so the third chapter was talking about what was the title? Relaxed. What was it?
Relaxed intensity.
Yes, relaxed intensity. Okay. Yes, and it talks about leadership. So the first question is, because the writer says that everyone is a leader. So do you believe everyone is a leader? And please defend your response to that question.
Maybe yes. Good or bad. Good and bad.
When you say good and bad, what
we are born. I believe we are born with the same. We are all born, and then character nekufula, because you're a leader at home, you're in your family. Like God has given you the responsibilities to take care of something, so you're leading something. So basically, we are all leaders. Are you a good leader? That is something you need to develop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, I think when it comes to whether you're a good leader is another discussion. But yeah, so you're saying everyone is
because
everyone is a leader.
Responsibilities,
okay.
Yes.
Mommy, are you saying something, Sebo? Okay. Are you saying something?
I can say some little thing that we are all leaders depending on the circumstance in which you are. Depending on the responsibility which you've been given. For instance, when you were young, if at school you were a class monitor, you were a leader in that group. If you are like a leader of a certain group, still you were a leader. Okay, during the young phase of our lives, mukabondo kona kawali obaddemu nekabakapira ngwakunganya bano nobakunganya ogamba mwe muje tukole timu netwakanye n'eri timu endala era wali mukulembeze oba waka. Anyone is a leader depending on the circumstance. Anyone has ever been a leader, though in different roles.
Okay, Mami Bwanika, wembulize ekibuuzo, because you talked about akabonda akatono, you talked about football, you talked about classroom. What if I happen to grow up nganze sibera nko class monitor, sikulembera nko kapiira, sibera nko na title yonna? Does that mean I am not a leader? Because there are people who are like that, and I think those are the majority. Does that make them not leaders?
Sisuubira nti omuntu mubulamu asobola okukola n'ava mu buto n'atuuka mu myaka tugeze nga 25 nga tewabeerangawo assignment emuweereddwa mu bulamu. Ayinza okuba nga ali smart mu kintu ekimu ne bagamba oli mulungi mu ekyo ekintu situlu n'aba nga yakikoleramu.
Okay. Great. Any other person? Yes?
Me, I believe yes, everyone is a leader, because even when you're young, you have that, you're given that, you give yourself a chance to lead yourself. Sometimes leadership does not depend on you leading other people, but even leading yourself. Because sometimes when you're given a group to lead, some people end up forgetting about themselves. Now let me lead this one, let me be perfect here, let me do this, and we lead ourselves out. So everyone is the leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other person? Yes, Mr.
Me, I think literally a leader is someone able to influence others to do something, actually to willingly do something. And so for that reason, I may say, according to the notes, not everyone is born a leader, but everyone is born with leadership potential.
Okay, so because you've talked about influencing others, so you're saying that leadership begins, that for there to be leadership, there must be others.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Mumbeje, you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to I don't know whether it's kind of differing from what you've been saying, but what I wanted to say is just like what you said, we are born with the leadership potential in us, though not everybody has been a leader. I'll now move to that side. I'll not say that everybody has had the opportunity of exploring or using that ability in them. So just like how we've been able to be leaders in different circumstances, I know that people with that potential, but they've not been able to bring it out because of different reasons. But I believe the potential we have, but the use of it, I don't believe.
So you're also saying that omuntu abeera yekka, that where there is one person, there is no leadership. Is that what you're saying? Because you and Mwami Busula, you seem to be suggesting that leadership begins with the existence of another person. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yes, Mr. President.
Just quoting, he who is thinking is leading without people is just simply taking a walk, so he's not leading. Okay. So there's he who is just leading, who thinks he's leading without people, he's just simply taking a walk. He's not leading. Now that is Maxwell.
Okay, so then how do we accommodate Miss Nawunya's thought here that she said that leadership begins with us? Isn't that leadership? What are we calling that? What is that? Because first she was saying that
you have to lead yourself in ideas.
Yes, her point was everyone is a leader, and she said because we lead ourselves. And if I also remember correctly, the first set of principles we did in the build up was self-government. So how can you have government? I thought government is about leadership. So mumbeja zarwango ne Mwami Busula sawa munyambeka and Mwami Serunga. What is that? Awatali obukulembeze butandiko ino omuntu agoberera. Is that what you're saying?
Leadership is simply influence.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're like you're saying, if you're influencing yourself to do something, then you lead. Then that's what you actually are saying, that there has to be another party. Yeah.
Another party.
Yes.
Who is not you?
Aha.
Okay. Let me you tell me. You tell me then when God was telling was telling Cain that if you do what Genesis 4:7 says, if you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at the door. It desires to have you, but you must master it. Isn't that leadership?
What are you mastering?
Himself. Isn't that him mastering himself? Because God was talking to Cain about himself, and he's saying you must master it. Isn't that leadership? Mbuza kumanya bannange. Team one person, no leadership.
No, I'm trying to understand. He's taking care of myself or doing what I'm supposed to do. Leadership.
Because you're taking charge of your life. Because for me, I'm thinking you're taking charge of, and that is what you're standing in the gap. You're taking charge of. You're deciding to. But you are making a decision to.
Okay, Mwami Busula, yes.
Me, I think me taking care of myself is not part of something that I'm supposed to lead myself.
It is not leadership.
It's not. It's my responsibility.
Which is what leadership
take care of myself. Leadership. I'm supposed to carry on someone.
Okay.
Because now, assuming I choose not to eat, am I leading myself, or I'm just, sometimes I want to feel I'm leading myself when actually I'm just taking a walk, just as someone said. Because me, I believe God saying know yourself, it means it's my responsibility to understand who I am. But when God says teach. So I'm supposed to lead those people into understanding.
So you're insisting that leadership begins with the existence of another party.
Hey.
So you're saying that. So let me ask you, who leads your life?
God leads my life.
Okay, so there is God, and then the government and all these people. Nayenga, we tewe kulembera we just toina bakugamba okwemanaging kiteba bukulembeze kani.
There are managers and leaders. Those are two different things.
Okay, that's interesting. So we have 1, 2,
That's why we have
3 people.
That's why we have administrators.
Okay, so we have 4 people, including me, who are saying that everyone is a leader because it begins with an individual, that you must lead yourself. And we have 3 people who are saying that leadership begins with other people, and so some.
No. It is influence. Leadership is influence. So there has to be a component.
So for leadership to exist, there must be other people who you're influencing.
Yes.
And you're saying that it is. You guys are funny. So you're saying that.
You so there, that's the opinion. Reverse your words.
What?
Why are you saying people are funny?
No, that's my opinion. Their opinion is funny. What's wrong with that? No, because I find it interesting because let me ask you a question. How come our lives, each of us, our lives are different from other people's lives? Isn't that because you've influenced yourself to move that direction?
You've managed yourself to move that direction.
Sometimes
please move to the next question.
Sometimes yes, the circumstances around us make us to take that.
So they are your leaders, eh?
Because the circumstance can lead you.
No, that's what.
That is what you're explaining. The circumstance can lead you.
So let me also ask you a question. If you end up in the hands of a bad leader, okay, who is telling you to do bad, and you want to choose otherwise, okay, what is that? Oh, and you choose otherwise. Isn't that leadership? Haven't you led yourself away from the bad leader? If you have a bad leader and they say murder, nego no Uganda, aren't you leading yourself against the bad leader? Isn't that leadership? Because I find that leadership begins at that point, that each one of us wakes up every morning and says, I find that to be leadership, and that's why for me I believe everyone is a leader, because that's where leadership begins.
And you're picking out one aspect of decision making, responsibility as part of the leadership.
You have to.
Qualities of a good leader.
And that is now those are qualities, but we are.
If I am a leader for myself and I have those qualities,
that means he's a leader. How do you have qualities? Qualities of the rain, it is water, but it is not water.
That's why I'm saying if you can have those qualities, but if you're not influencing, then you're not a leader.
Okay, but you see, I am influencing Hilda. I am exactly to be the person that Hilda is.
Simply taking a walk.
No.
You're not leading.
So let me ask you. So if you seem to be lazy, then you're a poor leader. Because some people are just reluctant to do things that are good for them. Are they bad leaders?
Yes, they are.
So you're a bad leader, or you're a poor leader?
They are poor leaders over themselves.
Let's continue.
So those are bad.
No, my your hand was up.
Back to your question, I think we're not in a moral consciousness of knowing what to do and not what to do. So if I see that this leader is actually leading, the moral consciousness within me will definitely say that is wrong, or that is because God created.
So you decide. So you decide for yourself. That's
so. It's my.
Does that make it?
It goes back to me.
It's
my responsibility.
I am taking
take a decision to say, let me follow, or let me quit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that what took is that responsibility, because about Uganda, there's no situation where you only have one choice. There are other options, and there are war on the dead. Isn't that leadership? So let me ask, how did we all end up here today? We are in this fellowship. How did we end up here?
Influence.
We choose.
And you brought yourself here.
We choose.
You brought yourself here.
Then your leaders.
So you're saying, so are you saying that in your life, leadership over your life starts with someone, an external party?
That's not what we're saying.
I thought leadership begins with you, that you lead
because
yourself.
You see, if influence comes from some other person, that means you need some other person.
Because if you define leadership as influence.
Exactly. That means you need some other person to influence for that,
you.
or for you to influence to become a leader. So at what point did you start influencing to become a leader? Yeah, what are you influencing when you have not actually directed yourself into the person that you are to influence somebody?
There are many bad leaders around.
The bad people are bad.
Hey, they are bad leaders, of course.
Even sometimes we become bad leaders.
You're actually bringing it this way. You can the influence can come within you.
Which makes you a leader.
Right. Yes, which makes you a leader. Okay. But no. The influence can come from you. But the impact, remember the impact of the influence is not on you.
Exactly. You said that influence, you said leadership is influence. So influence can come from you. So you can lead you because you influence you.
Yes.
So you can be a leader because the influence is you.
But that doesn't make everyone a leader.
But everybody has influence. You lead your life.
Just a moment. We have a hand here.
That's the assumption.
Just.
That's the assumption.
About influence.
That we need to.
They're talking about influence.
Yes.
Sometimes we may not have physical people we are leading, but there are people who are looking up to you. So when you don't lead yourself properly, you may end up missing out the people who are
Then you're influencing.
Okay.
But physical, you are talking about the physical people you're leading. Me, I'm talking about people who are looking up to you somewhere.
I choose to live my life the way I want.
Like you
But
guys
there's
are
someone
stating it.
you're influencing.
But someone
don't know.
at me.
Okay.
You're saying
As well as
Okay.
the component of influence.
but I'm not
Okay.
leading
Wait,
myself.
no. Techiganye. They are just varying opinions here. There was a question from Zarwang. Yes.
No, I was just thinking of the moments when I've led people into doing something.
Something good or bad?
No good. But because that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, so that makes me.
That's leadership.
Still, that is
Yeah.
influence.
So,
Yeah, and that's what we are saying, that it is not gweke nyini, but
No, but you say your statement is there are times when I have led.
yeah, people.
I have led people. So, but you have led.
Because me, what I'm saying, for me, it is a responsibility to manage myself, to
Okay.
take care of myself.
Okay.
It's a responsibility for me.
Great. So let's go back to the question. Do you believe everyone is a leader?
Why?
Seruga is saying no. Do you believe everyone is a leader? Are there people who are not leaders?
Answer your Richard.
Okay, Ama yes, Sura.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, you're still thinking. Zaranga, are there people who are not leaders?
I said everybody has the potential, but some people
Okay.
have not exploited.
Have potential, but
That's
some
what
not
I say.
exploited.
So many they are leaders.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
They are leaders, but they haven't exploited that.
No, they have the skills.
And I still say
That's what you say.
Okay.
Okay.